Hello, this is Norma and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some skillet potatoes, some spare ribs, and also boiling some corn. And this is the red potatoes I'm using. This is what it looks like. So I've cut them and I have put them in some cold water because you don't want it to get dark. Now that I've done that, I'm going to drain it and pat it dry. And then we're going to go on to the next step to start frying this one. So I've patted dry and I'm going to put some salt and some black pepper in there. So there are many ways to make it, but this is how I do mine. So I'm putting some salt, I'm putting some black pepper. I'll give that a stir. I have some red onions that I cut, but I'm going to do that later. I'm going to add it later. I'm going to add some garlic powder. And also I blended some fresh garlic with some olive oil. I'm going to add a little bit of that. We're going to move on to my stove. So I have my skillet going. I have some oil. It's just vegetable oil. And I'm going to add some butter to the oil. And let that melt together. And if you don't like a lot of oil, you don't like butter, you can skip that process. There are many ways to do it, but this is the way I do it. And now I'm going to start adding my potatoes in there. My stove is on high, and once it starts to fry, I'm going to turn it down to medium and let it continue to fry. So let the bottom fry and we'll be back. So I went to the grocery store yesterday just to buy some onions, and I saw they had some fresh corn. So I decided corn is going to be on the menu today. So I'm about to take it. I have it in some water and I'm going to put it on my stove and let it start boiling. So I have my ribs. I had it in my fridge for 24 hours. I have my green sauce that I made, and that's what I marinated with. If you want to know how I made it, you can go on some of my previous videos and you will see the green sauce. And make sure, I didn't show you how to clean it, but on one of my ribs video, you will see how it was cleaned. You have to make sure that you take the membrane that's in the middle of your ribs off before you wash it and bake it. So you can go and see how it was cleaned before. Now that I have that sauce, I'm just going to put some black pepper, some salt, some onion powder, and I'm going to put some rosemary on it. I'm going to flip it around and do the same process. Some salt, black pepper, onion powder, and some rosemary. So I have my oven is on 350. I'm going to cover this with some foil paper, and I'm going to keep it in my oven for like an hour and a half, and I'll come back and check what it looks like. Okay, now I'm putting it in my oven. So we're back to my skillet potato. The bottom has been frying, and I'm just going to flip it around. So that's how it's going to fry, and we'll be back. So the other side has been frying. And now I'm going to add my onion. And my fresh garlic. I'm using a tablespoon. If you don't like garlic, you can skip it, but I love fresh garlic. I'm going to mix that together. That's going to continue to fry, and we'll be back. Okay, I'm going to give that a good stir. I don't like to cook mine with water, so I'm going to put some parsley now. And it's parsley flakes. And I'm going to turn my stove to low. And I'm going to cover it and let my potato cook. So my skillet potato is ready. You know it's ready when you can take your fork and just stick it in there and it goes through. So it's ready, and we're going to wait for the ribs and the corn. So I had it baking for 2 hours, and now I've taken it out from this pan and I put it in this one, and all the oil is all in here. So I transfer it into my glass dish. And now I'm going to show you this secret. If you like spices, try this. This is a martus, and it's a calypso spice. And I'm telling you, this is nice on fish, on chicken, on beef, anything. So I'm going to pour some. So I'm going to pour some here. And this is for if you like spices. If you don't mess with this. And I'm going to put barbecue sauce in here. And you can use any kind. This is the one I'm using. And I'm going to take my brush and just put the sauce on it. You can smell the aroma in my kitchen. And I'm going to turn on the other side. And now I'm going to take the barbecue sauce And this one is pork. I know some people don't like pork, so you can do the same recipe and try it with beef. But then some people don't like beef either, so I don't know, if you don't like pork and you don't like beef, what do you use to substitute it? You can tell me in the comment section, and maybe I can make that and try it one time. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I've put my oven on broad, and I'm just going to stick it in there for about 5 to 6 minutes and just let it broil, and we'll be back. I just took the ribs out. Look how wonderful it is, falling off the bone. I wish you were in my kitchen to try it. So I'm about to plate my food. I have some Corona right here, and it's cold. And I'm going to be pouring that after I plate my food. So my skillet potatoes, my barbecue ribs, and my corn is ready. I have some Corona right here, and I'm going to open it and pour it in. And this is just going to set my meal off. And it feels like it's about 95 degrees out there. I hope you try my recipe. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button. And I'll see you the next time I upload. Bye-bye.